Hey everyone, welcome to Venture Point Investing. I'm Dan. On this channel, I share my day trading journey from backtesting strategies to looking at different shares, plus tips on growing your wealth and investing wisely, drawing on my own background as a CFO. In today's video, we're focusing on day trading, specifically how I backtest the strategy I use myself. Backtesting is a great way to see how a method might perform before risking real money, and I'll walk you through the process and what I've learned from it. Hopefully you'll pick up some useful insights for your own trading strategy. So let's get into it. Okay, so I am doing some backtesting on trading. And I'm kind of using two methods. I'm using a bit of DTFX. So you look for the supply and demand and you kind of look for the retracements, and I'm also using a bit of Stoic. So just backtesting now, and one of the kind of rules that I'm trying to follow is that I start after market open about half an hour, once that's the first half an hour's kind of gone past. So if 9:30 is market open, I'll usually only start looking at setting up something for around 10, possibly even 10:30, and that just keeps it so that I don't get caught in the early morning madness that goes on. So let's see if we can set up for a trade here. So that is that, and effectively what we're trying to do is we're trying to trade back to the 50% retracements. We're trading 3 contracts.
Order submitted.
And we're just trying to sticking with market structure. So from what I can see, we had a high, we had a low, we had a higher high, so that broke that. I'm expecting a 50% retracement into that region there, and then we'll take it from there. We've also, if we think about it, in swing breakers in the SBS system from Stoic, we've had a break of that high, one down. If that goes past there, then we're looking for a 3, a 4, and a 5 to come back in here to then take it out. So just trying multiple things here. I just want to see that I can be profitable for the week. So I was actually away last week, so this is me just kind of going over the week's performance using the system that I normally would and just making sure that it makes sense. Cool. So let's see what happens here. The other thing to note with this is when you're actually trading, one of the things I used to do when I first started out is I would speed things up and kind of do it that way. But when you're actually in the real day trading, you'll see that actually you can't speed things up, and you have to actually watch the candles do their business and move to where they're planning to move to, which makes things extremely difficult because you get, you kind of get excited, or you want to kind of force the trade to happen even though the trade hasn't happened. Okay, so here we have another high low. Technically that has now broken that. So what I'd be looking to do here is to put a trade over here, and I would just do a quick, let's see if that retests that back down. So this could be extremely boring, this video. But anyway, it's fine. Just want to see how we get on here. So what I have on the setup as well, I've got the 1 minute chart on NinjaTrader as well as the 5 second to the right. I use the 5 second just to give me a view in terms of, has there been a market structure shift? It's not that reliable. I mean, I prefer the 1 minute, but at least at the 5 second, it gives you an indication, especially once the 20 moving average falls below the 200 moving average. That's another thing I've got on the graph. It's very clean, black and white for my indicator, sorry, black and green for my indicators, but then the 200 moving average and the 20 moving average, and that's it. I do have a bit of a volume thing at the bottom here, but I don't really look at it too much, to be honest. I'm more focused on the other details. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. That's not up. So this was a major test point there. Let's see what happens here. If we get a market structure shift here. Another thing I've noticed, Mondays, they are quite tricky. Usually they range, but today it doesn't look like it's ranging yet. Come on. Come on. Technically there's not a high and low there, which I could... No, that's not a low. That's the high and low, so that's the one I'm going to wait till. Another thing I could do is with the 50% retracement here. If this then now breaks through here, I reckon it will go down. So what you could do is you could set a sell stop market.
Order submitted.
There. So that if it then comes back down, it enters in the trade and then continues. Let's see. Once again, there's a problem with this. I'm doing a lot of too many trades probably. I need to see how this goes. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Is this breaking?
Order filled.
Alright, we're in. Okay, cool. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's already 5 points. I mean,
Target filled.
take that just to take some risk off the table. Sure. Should have just taken the 5. I think this will go lower there, so let's pop that there. Let's pop that there. Okay, so the good thing is that those candles stay below that moving average there. I'm sort of okay. I feel a bit more confident in the trade. So there should be...
Target filled.
Take that one. Increase price and then just... There we go. There we go. Come on. It's going to go to my stop point.
Stop filled.
So one thing I have on here is also I have an auto trailing profit. So as it reaches 10 points, it then kind of goes to break even. Don't have to do that. I guess it's probably just something I choose to do, but don't have to do it. It's helped me on a few occasions though. Okay, let's see how we get on here. This definitely wants to go lower. Let's see. He says, and then it starts shooting up. Okay. I guess one of the things I've been watching and learning from Stoic is don't try and predict where the market's going, rather see what it does and then react to it, rather than being one of those people like, oh, I'm 100% positive it's going to go this way, I'm 100% positive it's going to go that way. First see what it does and the signs that it shows you and then react. So to be fair, right now it still hasn't given us that much. As soon as I can see from the 1 minute chart, the green's above the black. in my mind, that still means we should be looking for buys. Even if on the, yeah, that's definitely what we should be looking for. Okay, come on. We're currently at a 280 profit, as you can see there. So not much, but it's about practice. Practice, practice, practice. Do the back testing and try and do it as realistic as possible, how you would normally trade. That's interesting. Come on. Okay. Come on. Let's see what's going on here. All right. So now, if this once again breaks the high here, I'd be looking to do something in between the two. So that, now to that. Let's see. It might come back to retest that, so let's just pop that there. Let's see if it does. And this I'm just looking for a quick five point move up. Nothing too fancy. The big one I'll still keep here around about. Usually once it breaks, it usually comes back to the 50 point to quickly retest and then move away. So let's see if that same method happens here. Come on, come on, come on. And there's a deliberate reason why I'm keeping this slow, because so many new traders, or even when I first started, I know I did all the back testing, but I did it all on high speed, and I was like, no, I'm going to do it on high speed, test the method. But the one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't help you when you're actually really in on the actual day trading and you've done everything in high speed. It doesn't simulate real life by doing that. It depends what kind of back trading you want to do. If you're just back trading just to see that something works and you want to kind of speed through to see that it hits the points you want or you think it should hit, that's okay, I guess. But at the end of the day, once you're comfortable that the method you think works,
Order
you need to
filled.
try and, far as possible, test it in a real scenario. So like this now, this might stop out here. Oh well. I don't like how low that went, but hopefully it hits up to the 5. Come on, 5 points. Usually it'll give me 5 points at least out of a mid bounce
Target
there.
filled.
Great, awesome, nice and easy. Now up to 580 for the day. Other important things, I would say, even in your back testing, you want to kind of set targets or limits. It is always fun to try and thrash out how fast you want to set targets limits. It is also very fun to try and thrash out a day and see how far you go. But once again, it just depends what kind of back testing you're doing. If you're just trying to test something to see that it works, then I guess you can speed through it. But once you've got a proper method that you think is something you want to trade on, slow it down and really try and do it that way. Like, that's super important. Like, once you've got that method and you focus on that method, actually try and backtest that way. And it's going to be a huge difference for you, because you'll notice in real life, as I said, the markets move like this. They don't move this quick. I mean, unless there's news or something crazy going on in the world, you have to wait for the play to move out. And you can be in a trade for, it's not just 1 minute and it goes to profit target. Sometimes it can take a bit of time. So practicing with the market in terms of the time that it moves is super important. Okay. So we've had a high, we've had a low, we've had a high. If we get a lower here, I'm going to be looking for shorts. If being the operative word. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create probably 5 separate videos for the week from the 25th to the 29th. Is that the right date? Yeah. Or to the 30th, or whatever it was. Do day by day and then just kind of show you my results for the days. When it comes to the trading, as I said in the beginning of the video, I keep it where I have the trading window starts at about 10 o'clock US, it's like UCT time, or it's like we would like to call it UCT -5, so that's like the New York time, that's the trading time, so that's this here. I'll then also make sure, even in the first half an hour of that I'm not really trading something unless I'm 100% convinced on it. I'll then have that open till about maybe midday, so about 12. And then I think if I can make it in that window, then I'm happy and I stop. Usually the profit target for the day would be $1,000 or as close to $1,000 as possible. On the downside, it would be if I had 2 losses, I would stop trading. That's easier said than done. I'm usually quite naughty with that, but that is supposed to be the goal. 2 trades and you stop. 2 losses and you stop.
Order filled.
Sure. Okay, this has really hit through here nicely. This might bounce well, or it might take us out here. Let's see. No, there's some. Okay.
Target filled.
Nice. Brilliant. Okay, so sometimes it does just go quick. Come on.
Target filled.
Nice. And I think this one I can move down to there.
Target filled.
Brilliant. Okay. So with that, we're now on 1,600 for the day, and I would stop right there. Don't want to get too greedy. Don't want to continue on. I've done the move for the day, done what I wanted, and I'd end it there. Cool. Well, if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like and hit subscribe. This is a new channel and I'll be posting plenty more. From my backtesting sessions and live trading to breaking down different stocks and shares, which are really my 2 big passions. By subscribing, you'll get to follow along as I test strategies, share results, and talk through the lessons I've learned from my own trading journey. So stick around, there's a lot more to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.